guess, what you were, saying and what you meant by your message.
Basically, kind of what I was just explaining now. You know, there's just certain things as a player that shouldn't be happening, like the way you hustle, the way you run to the ball, the way we pursue, the way we tackle, and missing tackles like that, missing hits like that. That's not Florida football. You know what I mean? Those are the bare bottom line things that you're supposed to be doing, and it just seemed like we questioning that too many times throughout the season. Just effort plays. Where I see guys just giving up. Balls in the air, you're not running to the ball. Just jogging a little. Just all the little things that are not supposed to be happening at Florida. Period. We pursue the ball. We do all these different drills that should be drilled into your head, and it's not happening. And so I was saying that there got to be of respect, but then there also should be some type of fear for not doing the right things. You know what I mean? You respect your coaches enough to have conversations with them and stuff when you're doing something wrong or whatever. But when you're not hustling or running to the ball, there should be a level of fear for not doing things like that.
Mm,
Whether you run in stadiums, whether you if you loaf, like it's called a loaf. You know what I mean? Like if you don't, the ball is thrown as a D lineman. As soon as the ball leave the quarterback hand, there should be a change in your body position and speed and body language running the
sure,
opposite direction
sure.
to chase the ball. You don't get to hesitate. You don't get to do none of that. It's like a greyhound chasing a little rabbit around the track.
And so the big question, obviously, everyone keeps asking is, who does that fall back on? Where is the accountability
After,
held? I mean, it
earlier in the season, I was giving it to you. You know what I
okay,
mean? I'm saying, okay, these guys are young. Um, maybe they just don't know. But now, this late in the season, I got to put it on the coaches. I mean, it
okay,
made me question the coaches. As far as how hard are we drilling this into their heads?
okay.
Like, how do they know how serious it is? Maybe they don't. You know, maybe they don't. Uh, when I was playing, if you didn't perform, they'll send you home. It wasn't nobody wasn't afraid to send nobody home or anything. You know what I mean?
Sure.
There were bottom line things that you had to do, and the stuff that I'm seeing is bare minimum stuff that we're not doing. So I got to put it on the coaches. And
Now,
and
the the other question to that is, just with players not playing with passion and it falling back on the coaches, is would you call it more like position coaches, like the conditioning coach, DB coaches? I mean, it obviously always goes
I
back to the
I
top,
mean,
but
I thought, yeah, it's gonna go all the way back to the top eventually. But we got to start individually. At the position when you notice it. If the cornerbacks are messing up and I'm the defensive coordinator, and I know, hey, I caught the right thing. The cornerbacks are messing up. I have to start with the coaches by me going to talk to my cornerback coach.
now,
I'm not going to the player. I'm going to the coach as the defensive coordinator to find
okay,
out, hey, what's going on?
that
What
makes
are you
sense.
guys doing in your meeting room? And so we're going to eliminate the problem at the head. We're not going to be guessing what's going on.
And that was kind of where I said too, is like, look, we may say it's the defensive back or the D lineman coach, but ultimately that falls back on Austin, right? Because he's the boss of all of them.
Yeah,
Now, do
right.
you? I want to ask, like, does the portal play a factor into that of holding these guys more accountable? That there is fear of possibly leaving, which you could argue both. I think you could argue multiple ways on that because
Yeah,
you look at a team like Georgia and Bama who play with passion, but they're also winning, right? So the you can be a little more aggressive because you
yeah.
have the proven record. Where Florida's at right now, we're in a weird area where we press too hard and it's like, F this, I'm out of here. It sucks, but
Well,
do you think that's a
yeah.
factor?
Eventually, no. Eventually, you can't. That can't be the model of football. Um, you can't just bend to players not doing what they need to do because you're scared they're gonna leave.
Okay.
That's just gonna be part of their track record. That just the same way other people get
Mm,
flagged with stuff. Hey, this guy's leaving because he won't do what he need to do. Y'all could take him if you want to, but he don't work out hard. The coaches got people gonna give a review about you when you're leaving anyway. So you can carry that with you, but we can't be into that. And the message has to be clear. I think the problem with what we have going on, the message is not clear. We got a lot of young guys. I know our Austin is young. And then the guys he has there, he didn't. It's not necessarily the people he would have brought with him. Not saying that he don't like who he's working with, but I'm saying
Sure.
some coordinators when they're seasoned, they're bringing a whole group of guys with them that know the system that he wants to run. So there's a lot of trying to get along going on still in house. You know what I mean? To where it's harder probably for him to address the issues and don't feel like he's stepping on nobody's toes or trying to tell them, hey, you're not doing your job right, or making harder demands on people. But the energy and effort should be demanded. When you in a close game and the ball go over your head and you don't run, I got the. There's no reason for that. Like that. That means that's got to be happening in practice. And if that's happening in practice, then it's the coach's fault. If we get to this point of the season and then it's still happening.